Good morning, Monday morning. I see the sun now rising here. I am under the cork oak tree in Tamara, coming from my meditation. And this week we picked the card from the Stone Circle Tarot, Grace. And grace, only this word gives me the feeling I am home. Grace leads me home. Grace is this power which helps us to connect and to anchor in our divine nature, to embrace grief, to embrace pain, and to embrace resurrection, to embrace this power, knowing it's a reality. Peace is a reality, and this does not it does not help. We have to see that there is war. War is also a big reality. But the deeper we can anchor our heart in grace, the deeper we can end war in our heart and welcome the big divine power which wants to resurrect in us, the more we can be in service of life, in service of help. I greet all the ones also in Germany who are now struggling with the waters. There are so many struggles, and grace reminds us that even in the darkest night there is a blue light, there is a light what we can see. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. This is the power of grace, and this reality we want to call into our daily life, and to build a big line of solidarity, of truth, of trust, and knowing that we can find home in our divine nature. And in this sense, you see, I'm still wearing white clothes, even that Ida from Palestine came back and Frederick, they were protected. But I connect with this white dress. I'm in compassion with all the ones who are in war zones right now. And I want to find a life where every day I am asking myself, how can I serve peace power in the best way? So let us not misuse our privilege if we are living in a zone where we are protected. Let us use the spirit of protection to understand what is the reality of a divine peace culture. How can we bring it back to our memory? We know that many indigenous people are holding the peace wisdom now since centuries, and we should call this memory into our heart and from there find our direction, our decision. This morning there was a kukuk with me in my meditation, calling directly and very close to me. And for me it was this call, are you ready to invite the not knowing into your life? Are you ready to invite strangers, to invite the polarity and keep your heart anchored in unity? So I invite all of us, let us keep the truthful research what is peace about. We all have the birthright to know why we are here on this planet. We all have the right to know what is our divine task. And in the moment when we know, in the moment when the answer comes to our heart, it can change our whole life. So let us invite this power of grace into our daily life. Let us invite the surprises and stay anchored in the wisdom of unity. And from there embracing life, from there asking day by day, how can I be in service? And sometimes I have very naive pictures, and I invite this conscious naivety which helped me to stay in my innocence and to resurrect the innocence of the heart in all the grief and all the pain. And then there come pictures that every one of us who is deeply anchored in this grace power invites 13 other women to find a common action, to find a common performance, maybe a common song, and that we find a day where we all make ourselves visible at the same time all over the world, that one can see how many there are. And still I give thanks to Miki Kashtan and Ida Shipley, who are so deeply looking for a manifestation of the picture Women in White. And I invite all the people who have a lot of wisdom in organization, show up, that we can make it visible. We are a big number. Let's not stay silent. Let's find our voice. A peace research village instead of a tank was the slogan with what I was walking, and Grace reminds me always to this time where I was walking half a year without any money towards Israel, Palestine, and in Israel we walked together with international people through Israel and the West Bank, always calling in the power of grace. A peace community is a reality. It is possible. We should not forget it. And we have to go back to the roots, from where starts war. And as long as we think we can end war with war, we will even make the war age bigger. And we are looking to end war. For this we have to go in a radical way to the research. How can we stay in peace? And how can we invite the power of reconciliation? Reconciliation is not possible as long as I don't face my trauma. Reconciliation is not possible as long as I'm not willing to understand where is my side of the perpetrator. So only if I saw what I have done to others, then grace can come. Then the reconciliation will come. Reconciliation is always there. Forgiveness is always there. But only in the moment where we open our heart to the divine power and see all the parts where our heart was closed. So I invite grace to our life. I invite the surprises into our life. May we have a blessed week. May we walk our walk and walk in truth and faithfulness to the big vision, and knowing in this vision there is reality. It's real. Let's find the connection to the reality of the beauty of our divine nature and remind ourselves it's a birthright to know what is my task here on this planet, why am I here, what is my divine part, where all the higher selves resurrect, and we embrace the ego and bring the ego to resurrection, to our real self. In this sense, a blessed week to all of us, and may we stay protected, and may we stay in solidarity to all the ones who are in pain, who lost their life, who lost their families, and stay in prayer that resurrection and reawakening can and will happen. Thank you, and Amen.